This is a bear, and this is what a bear becomes when the Earth itself decides to stop playing nice. Hi, I'm Cody, and I'm making a 3D indie pilot called The Last Solar Sentinel. Last week I talked about why I switched from 2D to 3D, and this week we're going to be talking more about the world and what lurks in the dark. 1,000 years ago, the sun vanished, and when it did, something came up from the Earth itself. Something primal and ancient, the Gaia force. Think of it as radiation, but instead of making you sick, imagine if it were to make you evolve beyond what you were capable of. More limbs, more armor, anything that helps you survive in this new environment. And the creatures that survived during that time, they look like things of nightmares. It's like waking up in the morning and realizing high school was more than 10 years ago. Yeah. So, how do I actually design these creatures? Let me show you the process for one of the creatures that will be featured in the indie pilot, the Gaia Bear. I start first with a real animal reference. So, I grab a bunch of pictures of bears from the internet, or Pinterest, or anything that tickles your fancy. Then I ask myself, what would it need to survive in a harsh climate? And how would it evolve? How would it change? Bears are already tanky creatures. They're very strong and tough. So the Gaia Force doesn't really make them fast or anything. I feel like it would make them tankier. More like a natural bone type of armor to survive the harsher climate or the new predators that could be lurking around. And that's the idea I ended up running with. I like the whole armor concept, so I can show you guys some footage of it, but I can't show all of it or else it'll kind of, ruin the big reveal during the pilot episode. I took a lot of inspirations from cryptids. I've always been a fan of them. If you guys see my earlier projects on Unleashed, you can probably tell I'm a pretty big cryptid nerd. If it looks cool, I'll go with it. And that's pretty much the Gaia Bear. At least, as I mentioned before, I can't really show too much without spoiling the reveal in the pilot. But I can say this, it'll be worth the wait. Next week's devlog is going to be all about the protagonist of the series, Gallo, how I made him, who he is, and what's in store for him in the pilot episode. If you want to see how a 3D animated pilot gets made, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I'll be continuing to go and deep dive into the process and everything I'm doing to make this a reality. Because the only way a 3D animated pilot gets made, I still can't memorize this line, so I'm just going to read it again. I'll get it someday. Because the only way a 3D animated series gets built from zero is if people like you show up for it. Thank you everyone for watching, stay golden, and I'll see you guys later.